Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy backlogbilliam and I'm here to talk to y'all about the games I finished. This is basically my year-end retrospective to cover basically the other half of the games I completed. So I've done 16 games this year. So one more over last year where I did 15 games. Hey, I beat the number. We'll do it again next year. Hopefully, God willing, everything goes correctly. But yeah, we're gonna talk about those games. I got 9 games here that I want to talk about. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long on them. We're just gonna talk about like slight thoughts on them and just my experiences with them. Nothing too crazy. But then there's gonna be another part of this video where I'm gonna talk about what it is I intend on doing for next year. Because 2026, it's hard for me to explain where I want to go with this video because I hate to say it, but this country's on fucking fire, and I don't know what to fucking say, and I can't guarantee whether or not I'll still be here to even do this shit. As much as I like to do it, I love putting these videos up because it gives me reason to make content, and I like kind of doing it now. And slowly but surely, I've been seeing y'all kind of piling in. Slowly but surely piling in. I was stuck at like around 40, 45 for like a while, and now all of a sudden I'm at 55. And my goal, I'll tell y'all about that in the other part of the video. We'll get there when we get there. So yeah, sit back, relax, and I will see y'all probably more by the end. All right, so sit tight. Let's begin this list. We're talking about the first game I beat. Well, not the first, but I think this is like game number 8 or 7 or 9. I can't remember. Don't quote me on this, but this is Penny's Big Breakaway by Insta. This was one of my one of my most fun time games. Like nothing that was extremely long, nothing that had like this super crazy story. The story is you are this girl Penny, and you get to go to this talent show. You get to become the head act with the king, but the king lost like his usual partner and everything. But when you get there, all of a sudden you have a yo-yo. You're gonna do yo-yo tricks, and all of a sudden a cosmic being takes over your yo-yo, and now your yo-yo has a mind of its own. And let's just say you did something you had no business doing, and now the people want you arrested because of the yo-yo. But that's the simple part of it. I have to say it was one of my most fun games that I played. It reminded me a lot of Sega Saturn style things. It reminded me so much of like that old school feeling. Had a great soundtrack by T. Lopes. It reminded me a lot of Sonic 2. I think that was like a big selling point to me. Like it wasn't as fast as Sonic, but it had moments where you could use the yo-yo for like all types of traversal. Like use it to swing up, use it to like kind of ride it down like a little go-kart down hills, catch speed. It was just an all-around fun game. So Penny's Big Breakaway is something I would highly recommend if anyone finds themselves wanting to play something super different, like just want to get somewhere else and try a different thing. Pick up Penny's Big Breakaway. Super good game in my opinion. Like I said, great soundtrack, colorful, fun, everything under the sun. Now we're looking more at my speed. Now we're gonna start talking about a JRPG. Let's talk about Death End Request, developed by Compound Heart and Idea Factory. Now I know when you hear the names of Compound Heart and Idea Factory, you kind of think of, well, not so great, not so highly budgeted, not so high quality game. Like they're made well enough to be played, but they're not something that's gonna blow your mind away. But this one here is on the side of very much different to me, because it has 2 sections to it. It has the RPG part, but it also has the visual novel part. And with us having both parts of that like leads kind of more into your actions do have consequences, especially in the visual novel part of the game. Now, this is your standard turn-based combat system, but also within the turn-based combat system, you have like a way to change what game it is. I forgot to tell you that your character is stuck in an MMO that she kind of helped start it, and you also have someone on the outside helping guide her through this whole thing. So yeah, it's quite an interesting turn of events if I had to say so myself. But in the turn-based combat system, you have it's like a circular arena, and if you do certain amounts of moves, you get to hit them and knock them back into enemies, and knock them back into teammates, and they can send them flying back across. It's almost like you're playing pinball. at some point, but you can also change the genre of the game. You can make it somewhat like a shooter. You can make it somewhat like you can make it like a fighting game. You can make it somewhat like a puzzle game. You can do all types of little things in this game to make the fights turn out differently and end fights faster. Now, the visual novel part is the part I want to talk about because that's the most interesting aspect to me, because the story plays out in that manner, right? But along the way, you have to make choices. Just like any good visual novel, you have to do that, right? So, in this game here, Death End Request, that's kind of part of the game, is finding the death ends. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but in due time as you play them, when you make certain choices, sometimes you can get a character killed off, and if you get that character killed off, that's an automatic game over. When that happens, you have to restart from the top of that dialogue, or like before that dialogue happens. And it's very different, if I had to say so myself, because there are numerous times where I was like, oh, this choice makes sense in this moment, but the minute you pick it, your character might get shot in the head, or this character might get cut, or this character might get sliced in half, or because your character's stuck in a glitching MMO, your team might get stuck somewhere, and all of a sudden they're melting because the area you're in is like a dormant volcano. Yeah, I got that ending on stream. Hearing it voiced was something, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect that one to be voiced because most of them weren't voiced. So yeah, imagine a lot of game over chances in that game happening. But it's an overall okay game for Idea Factory and Compile Hard. I actually kind of was alright with it. It's nothing I would run out and say, hey, go get it. But it's definitely something super different if you are looking for different, and if you aren't too mad at anime aesthetics and this thing and third. So Death End Request was pretty alright to me. I think it was cool. The third game that's on this list here, Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name. Now, I love the Yakuza series from the tip of my head to the bottom of my feet. I love this series to death. Kazuma Kiryu and Ichiban Kasuga are like some of the best characters I've seen in like a video game in like a long time. I love them to death. Same thing with Goro Majima, we ain't gonna leave him out, but this game right here focuses on Kiryu and him being out of the picture. If you play Yakuza 6 and you know what happens at the end of that, by all means, this is basically Secret Agent Man here, and I can't lie, I kind of like the combat of that, even though I did use the older styles that he developed back then more in that fight. I played that on stream. It does everything right, but it's Yakuza. I mean, I can't sit up here and give you any more than that. And we know who made Yakuza, RGG Studio. I forgot to mention the developers. Forgive me for that. But yes, the man who erased his name is very much a much shorter adventure than any of the other mainline Yakuza games, or the Like a Dragon games, as we know them now. RGG, the Yuga Gotoku is what we call it now. Forgive me. But yes, I love this game to death. I love the characters. The ending really tugged at my heartstrings a little bit, man. That was crazy. But now I got Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I can finally hop into that sooner or later. Hopefully that'll be something I'll look into doing sometime soon. But, yeah. It's such a fun game. I just love the beat 'em up and the slight little RPG elements, doing the karaoke, doing the side quests, getting the locker keys. It's everything about it, and being in Kamurocho, being in you know, what's the damn name of the place? I know it when I see it. Sotenbori, thank you. I couldn't think of it for nothing. And being in Sotenbori, being in Kamurocho, fighting the street thugs and everything under the sun, it makes for such a fun time. These games don't miss to me. Like, none of the Yakuza series misses at all. It really don't. Maybe 4 a little bit, but the rest of the series, it just hits for me. It nails everything. Alright, so on to the next RPG in my list. We go into the heavy hitters, or the ones, you know, I call them my favorite company, but they're a little hard-headed. They just need to have a belt put to their ass for some of the shit they be doing. But shout out to Square Enix. We're gonna talk about Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. Now, I only beat Final Fantasy 1, and I platinumed that, which was actually a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be when I did it. But this took me back I never played the first one, but it took me back to a retro, different time, because I know what Final Fantasy is as of right now, because I have experience with like 6 going forward. Like, I have experience with every single one of those games. But when we get here, I'm like, this is definitely something I never, played, but I do kind of enjoy it. It is a product of its time, but with the Pixel Remaster and all the quality of light changes, it made it easier to kind of adjust to what it is you're doing in the game. That's what I have to say about that. I ended up beating it in like under 30 hours. And that was even with going to find the extra hidden enemies like the war mech and all the other stuff, and I got it done and got that and cleared the bestiary, found all the locations. It was actually a great time. A short romp too. So I know that everybody has like their own opinion because there's so many different versions of like the first 6 games that are out. Like, you can play this on numerous like platforms, numerous different ways. But I think the easiest way, if you're looking to play them, is in the Pixel Remaster, unless you are trying to go and find other versions that have like extra content, which would be like the PSP versions or the GBA versions of those games that have like extra bosses and extra dungeons and all this other stuff that you may want to try out. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really fun when I was playing that on stream, and I beat it, and I platinumed it on stream as well, because I was like, you know what, I can go and find these monsters. But it's all fun, and I'm looking to start doing Final Fantasy 2 Pixel Remaster because of its relation to its red-headed cousin, the Saga series, and I'm looking to hop into that one of these days. I'll probably stream that too one of these days. So Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster was really damn good to me. It was really solid. Like I said, it was a product of its time. You can see it, you can feel it. But with the quality of life change that the game presents to you, with the multipliers of experience and the multipliers of the money and all of that, you can have a much easier time getting to this game. And it isn't an extremely hard game. It isn't. So give it a shot if you find it. They all can be bought separately too, so look out for that. But if you see the bundle, get that. We're gonna stick with Final Fantasy for a little bit and Square Enix, because here I took it upon myself to play Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. So I never played that game. I knew about it, I've heard about it, and I know everyone and their mama who played it loved it. Like, it was some of their most favorite like Final Fantasy game and their most favorite tactics game to play, like tactical RPGs. And after playing it and beating it, despite a few, speed bumps along the way, with me being like, a little haphazard in my actions and playing on a harder difficulty at the start, I can't lie, I see why everyone who has played it and beaten it back in the day, or even played the PSP version, War of the Lions. I cannot lie. After seeing that, I can't lie. I get it. I get why y'all like it. I understand the story. I understand the combat. I like the characters. Everything about it from that point forward was like really solid. Like, the game kind of has a place with me now. I understand why y'all like tactics so damn much. I understand why y'all like this game. And having the guest appearance of Cloud was amazing. Getting a chance to talk and like use the orator to steal party members, because that's what I did. I did that a lot in my playthrough. I was just stealing people left and right from the enemy team. You have no idea how much easier that made with an orator. You just do not know. So yeah, I just have to tell you, man, it's been quite it was quite a journey going through that game. I really liked it a lot. I think I may go back and play it again. I do have it, and I want to give it another shot. So Final Fantasy Tactics, you got a new fan in me. You got a new fan in me. Trust me on that one. Now to switch things back over to the action platformer side, we got Cyber Shadow, developed by Mecha Skull and published by Yacht Club Games. If you know about Yacht Club, you know exactly who they are, what they've done, and what they probably going through right now with Mina the Hollower. We ain't gonna talk about it too much, but Cyber Shadow is what you get when you take old school Ninja Gaiden action and bring it to the forefront. It feels like that. Like, it has that old school feel. It has that look. It has the cutscenes. It has the actions, and you're controlling a ninja. just going everywhere from top to bottom. You're a cyber ninja at that. You're trying to save your clan. And I can't lie to you, I died over 300 times at the end of my playthrough. That was a lot. I can't even hold you. But aside from that, it's one of those games that if it's for cheap, I say get it when you see it. It's tough, it's challenging, the platforming is pretty solid. At the beginning, all you have is your sword and whatever else you can use at the moment. But once you start gaining powers and you start being able to go through levels faster, new platforming challenges, new enemies, new powers, new shields, new items, it's a fun time. It's a great time, to be honest with you. It's just tough. That's what it is. It's just an extremely tough game. But I like a challenge whenever I play certain games, and it being the way it is as an old school game, at least a retro style game, it looks really fun to play. So if you've never played Cyber Shadow, I want you to check it out. It's really fun. So I just finished this game recently. The wound is still a little fresh, but it's okay. Developed by Atlas, Persona 3 Reload. Now, I've told my story with this game numerous times. This game in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth came out like within days of each other. I was streaming Rebirth, but then 7 came out and I was like, I want to play that one. Now, so I bought it, played it, and I beat that, but now it took me forever to get around to Reload, but I finally did it and finally knocked the game out 133 hours later and a few shed tears. Persona 3, the game that got me into the series, was beaten. That's just how hurt I was at the end of that game. But it's one of my favorite RPGs. I know that Persona 3 Reload, in a sense, definitely kind of, I'm not gonna say it splits the base a little bit, but it definitely does has a few dissenters in the way. Not a lot of people really care for this game too much like that because they feel like it didn't do something correct. But also there is, the case of people who are just like, it stands tall. And I think in this case, I really feel like it stands tall. I'll say this as someone who started at P3 Fest. P3 Fest, I started in that at like 2011. That's how I got into the series on the PS3 because it was a classic there, and I paid my money and did it and took it on the suggestion of one of my old friends and classmates from high school. He was like, "Hey bro, just play it. You'll love it," and he wasn't wrong. But looking back at how P3 Fest plays and then seeing how Reload plays, I love a lot of the conventions that Reload has over Fest. And I never played Portable, even though I know it's out there for me to grab right now because I know it's like been remastered and put on Steam and PlayStation and Xbox and whatnot. I know it's everywhere to be grabbed and played, but I never played Portable. But I know a lot of people like it for FemC, and I wouldn't mind playing that if I did go about playing it. But for this one here, getting to go and relive that story and knowing how it's going to end and still blubbering like a fucking baby when it happens and just knowing, and then they kind of rub the dirt in a little bit more with the title screen after you win. Like, it don't hurt, but it's almost like you did the thing. You did the thing, man. So it's a gorgeous game. The soundtrack is amazing. I just wish most of the people that found themselves listening to the Persona soundtrack will go ahead and just play the games. Like, stop wasting time. Get on them. Persona 3 Reload, awesome game. Amazing remake to an already awesome game. Like, I don't have a full-on bias for this game, but I do have a special place in my heart for it because it is the game that got me rolling down the Persona fandom, and I love 4 a ton, but something about 3 that just stands out to me. And I'm also playing the DLC right now in my spare time, and they made that hard to want to even play, and not for like quality reasons, but because of that opening song and how everything just Persona 3 Reload was one hell of a game, and I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I hope I'm allowed to curse at this point in the video. Don't hurt me, YouTube. I ain't making no money, but still. I've known this series long enough to know what it is. I've seen a lot of them. I got a good chunk of the games too, aside from like some of the earliest stuff like from early on, but I got Atelier Ayesha trilogy, I got the Ryza trilogy, I got the Dusk trilogy. I got Atelier Sophie. I'm looking to get the rest of the game when I get a chance, but since I did mention the Dusk trilogy, I beat Atelier Ayesha, the Alchemist of Dusk DX Deluxe this year. That's a Koei Tecmo game. For those of y'all that don't know, but for those of y'all that do, I've always at least known these games from the outside looking in as just, oh, these are just kind of like cozy little turn-based RPGs where you go out, do your battles, and, you know, get items and make stuff. That's what I thought, till I found out the game does have a time limit. And I streamed me playing through that game because it landed on the wheel. I was like, fuck it, I can play it. It's not a problem. And I enjoyed it for the 30-something odd hours I played it for. I enjoyed it because it was just it was like a pivot from my usual like hardcore stuff where I was constantly going through like real deal, like, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, oh, this, that, you know, the heavy storylines. It was like more smaller storylines where the lead character was looking to get her sister back, which was awesome to try to work through, especially getting all the books and learning how to do this and do that, you know. I'm super cool with this game right now. I really am, and it is my first step into the series. Finally, despite the fact that I've been owning quite a few of the games myself. So shout outs to the Atelier series for still kicking along. Shout outs to Ryza for pushing it a little further. And here's hoping I play more. I'm willing to play more of it because I do have Atelier Ayesha Analogy and I have Atelier Shally as well. So we're gonna probably play those games one day. I can't necessarily say we're gonna get into them on stream, but we'll see what happens because next year is bound to be another one of those banger years for gaming because these past 2 years have been whooping my ass. Now for the final game that I've beaten this year, we beat Dispatch because somebody would not let me finish doing it, and every time I turned on the game to do it, he would message me and tell me make them choices. You know who I'm talking about if you happen to see this video. Anyways, Dispatch by Ad Hoc Studios in conjunction with Critical Role. Had to add that in there because I know a good chunk of that crew was actually on that voice staff. It's literally a superhero like comedy game in a way where you're taking the role of someone who used to be a hero and now he works for the dispatch unit and he's sending out these former villains who are being reformed in what's called the Phoenix program. And it's quite interesting. If you ever played Telltale games, you get the idea. Where you make choices along the way, you know, XYZ will remember that. Those types of games, if you played those, the Dispatch is right at home. Has a great voice cast, great soundtrack, awesome animation. Everything is fully animated and it looks so cool. And I was really kind of sucked in because I was like, I'll play it. And I beat it on Christmas, to be exact. Because I was on like episode 4 and I went on and played from episode 4 to 8 fully and got it done. And it was amazing. Like I didn't rush through none of it. Like I was actually pretty invested in the characters there. Like that was really damn dope. Like Aaron Paul and all of them did an amazing job voicing these characters. Like I was really truly into the game. So shout outs to Ad Hoc Studios and Critical Role for getting this thing off the ground. I wish it could have got a chance to maybe win like something in particular at the Game Awards, but it's okay because I think this game is extremely fucking deserving of whatever accolades it does get outside of the Game Awards. Dispatch is super fucking fun. It's $40. All 8 episodes are in place, and there's like, I want to say 3 or 4 different endings on how you can end it. What more can you do with a game like that? Like I said, it's just like Telltale games. If you like Telltale games, come play this. It's so good. It's super, super good. So, those are the 9 games I played. I showed y'all 7 in the first video from the mid-year part. And 9 here. That makes 16 games, so I beat my previous record of 15. We making good timing on these games, but now I want to kind of talk a little bit more about what 2026 is going to bring forward for me in terms of content creation, in terms of life. Just everything, if possible. Gotta try to find a way to do something to make things at least somewhat better, because this year has been definitely rough around the edges despite some of the things I got. But let's talk about just a short, quick segue into something that's a little real. I know that life is tough right now. You ain't got to tell me, because I've been watching this country burn from all edges at every turn for obvious reasons. I won't speak. If you've been watching television or being on the internet long enough, you know what the fuck is going on. But yes, I am looking to gain some type of certification for a job sometime soon. I'm praying that I can get said certification. I need to study, and I think January is going to be the time I put in to study for those things and hopefully find a well enough paying job so I can sit here and do this part here. That's what I want to do. I want to do this content creation thing because I like it. It's something fun. It keeps me busy. It just makes me happy to do it. I'm able to put some stuff out. And speaking of some of the content I got 2 separate goals that I want to do for my channel. Well, in this case, channels, because I actually have a second channel. But we're going to talk about our main channel first for 2026. For 2026, as of this year, I'm sitting at 55 subs, and you have no idea how I thought I would never get to that. I know it's such a small number, and I've had this account for like years, and you can go back and see what my first video was on this channel, because I had an old channel forever ago and I was doing AMVs over there. Good God, I just aged myself. But I was doing things over there with that, and then I deleted that channel. I came back with this brand new one, and this one here has been around for a long time. I just used to watch videos all the time on it. I used to also I just used to do all kinds of little stuff on it. Then I started putting out content when I got my first capture card back then, and then now I got my new one, and I've been working with it for years now. I may have to get a new one sometime soon, but we ain't gonna worry about that till we see where the money gonna come from to get said capture card. But the goals for this channel here, the main channel that I'm posting this on, where you see me at now on Backlogbilliam, my brother and his backlog, that's me here. This channel here, I want to hit 100 subs. I know that seems like such a small number to want to hit within a year's time, because you never know what videos will take you past that or straight to that in whatever amount of time, because you know the algorithm is the algorithm. And I know gaming content really isn't just kind of fleshed out there like that, even though there's a lot of gaming content creators. But I want to get this channel to 100 subs. I got to 55 this year. I was stuck in the 40s for the longest. And it took like my last few videos, like my last couple demo videos, because I was talking about a lot of Steam demos, and then I talked about the Saga series and kind of covered it for a while. When I seen that y'all like those videos, I was like, okay, so that's where y'all kind of got y'all head at. I want to start doing polls for y'all on this channel. I want to do a lot more long form content on this channel, because I was going to kind of have this like a jack of all trades type of thing where everything was going to be here. But I realized that would stretch me so thin trying to do a review. That means playing a game, writing down my thoughts, and giving it everything under the sun. Doing some retrospectives, playing demos, playing this type of game, this type of game. And I feel like that was going to stretch me thin if I put all of that here. Like, I wouldn't feel too good about doing that. But we're going to put as much effort as we can into this channel as best we can. We're going to do whatever we can to do here. Long form content, we're going to talk about JRPGs. We're going to talk about action games. We're going to talk about Metroidvanias. We're going to talk about demos. We're going to do some retrospectives and a lot more things that are like long form things that I can sit down and just do. We're going to do it on this channel. So 100 subs is the goal. I can't guarantee how fast I'll get it or how done I'll get it, but my goal for this channel also is at the minimum 2 good videos a month, which means 24 videos within a year. If I get more out within that time, that'll be awesome. But 2 videos is the goal, and I think I can manage 2 videos. I think that I can do that. Now, I told you I had another channel. That is called Billiam's Bonus Levels. Now, that's the reason why I took the playthroughs and the montage part out, and I repeat, out of the description for this channel, because I know I still got that. Those montages and everything that you see here on this channel are going to stick. They're going to stay here. And I think the next montage I intend on doing for New Year's, it's going to be on this channel as well. That'll probably be the last montage on this channel, but Bonus Levels is going to get the rest of them. I want to put a lot more shorter form content on that side of town. That's going to be the montages, the silly stuff, the Twitch content, the clips, some playthroughs here and there, maybe some DVD action with my boy Decent. Maybe if I can get all the gang on, we can do some Outlast Trials videos, maybe, depending. Maybe a little Overwatch here and there. And just stuff that I can get done knowingly. And I forgot to mention on the other channel, there will be reactions on that side, but because I'm also a part of No Low Cap Podcast, that the reactions part kind of flies a little out of the window. So I may not do a lot of reactions, but if you catch me on that channel there, that's where you'll start seeing my reactions at for stuff there. So go and sub to us over there. We're moving along pretty well over there, and I appreciate y'all for going to check us out. But yes, Billions bonus levels, I want 50 subs for this year, because I know it's hard to get a channel off the ground. I know it is. Because this channel here took me a minute to get there. So like I said, this is going to be the short form channel. We're going to do the short form stuff on bonus levels. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to get from point A to point B as best we can. On that side, it's going to kind of be like, I'm going to put stuff there when I can. I'm not going to make no promises like I will with my main channel. But we'll put what we can there. And there's also one more channel that I kind of want to keep going. Even though I kind of have like a slight bit of doubt in it. Because every time I gain a follower, I lose one. And that's Twitch. Twitch is known for having shit discoverability. And I'm just going to say it like it is. I'm nobody important in the matter of things, but I know I just kind of got to get lucky with a random clip or a random moment in my stream, or get lucky with a random raid. And I know I stream at the dead of night. That's some of my problems too, is that I stream at the fuck dead of night, and I want to stream earlier, but due to my current living situation, if I try to stream during the day, I'll be away from this computer way more than I would be in front of it. And I don't like the thought of that, so I have to wait till the house gets quiet for me to do what I'm going to do. So, this is what I want you to know about the Twitch channel. I'm at 406 followers right now. I was at 407. Someone unfollowed. Who did? I don't know. Don't care, because usually I gain that one back later when someone comes by and chooses to see me. And they see it and it's like, oh, okay, he's chill. Let's get him here. Nice. So, my goal for that channel within a year is to at least get about, I'm gonna say 500 is the goal, because I've been trying to hit that goal for way too fucking long, and I hadn't got there yet, and it's pissing me off. I can't lie, it's making me sad, because I halfway want to give up on it, but then I'm also like, I got to do better with connecting with people, so that's gonna kind of also be a part of my goals for 2026 as well. I need to learn how to network, connect, ask questions, because I'm very hard-headed and I want to do shit on my own. I know who I get it from too, and just so much I need to do to really get shit kind of wrapped around and work it out. That's all I gotta do. I know I gotta work for it, and I gotta learn how to be more vocal and be more friendly, because I'm not the most friendly person in the fucking world as of right now. I've been really more or less stuck in this house, and I just do what I do, and I'm not really let me reach out and touch somebody, you know. I'm not really like that, or let me reach out and talk to somebody like that. I got a few people, but a lot of them aren't in the same categories as I am. They do their own thing, and I ain't mad at them. By all means, do your thing. I'm gonna support you. You come support me. This, that, and the third. We all there. But yeah, that's my goal for 2026. 100 subs for my main channel here on YouTube, the channel you are watching me on. 50 subs for my new channel that I just created. We trying to get that done. It's gonna be short form content. We're gonna push a little bit of stuff here and there. Like I said, there's gonna be clips and little silly stuff, little comedic things, this, that, and the third, where I play games with my friends and all that other good stuff, and maybe clips from streams when I stream. And speaking of streams, I want to get to 500 followers on Twitch. That's my goal. I want 500 followers on Twitch. If I can at least hit at the minimum 2 of these goals for this content creation thing, because that certification, I'm putting that on me and God alone. We gonna get that certification. That's gonna happen. But the channels, the YouTube channels, I want to hit those goals. That Twitch one, I want to hit that one too. If I can hit 2 out of 3, I'll be happy. I'm not asking for a ton. I'm not asking for your money. I'm not asking for your social security. I'm not asking for none of that. I just want your support. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So yeah, that's about all I really got. Oh, and 2026 is gonna be another 5-year game, and I forgot. Let me talk about that real quick. If y'all hadn't seen what January, February, March, and some of April look like in terms of releases, and yes, I know GTA 6 is coming out next year, but I haven't played a GTA in years, so GTA ain't for me. But for those of y'all who want it, big ups to you. I hope you enjoy it when it comes out, and I hope it hits. But yeah, for me, for 2026, I know my money gonna be funny. I know I won't be able to get every single new game when it comes out. But with all the games I got sitting next to me, to the left of me, and I got a PS2, I got a Dreamcast, I got a PS3, I got a PS5 that plays PS4 games, and I got a bunch of PS5 games, and I got shit on Steam, and I have a Switch. I think I got enough stuff to play, so I'm gonna try to dig into my backlog, hence the name, and we're gonna play those games as much as we can. But if there's something I really, really, really want, I'm gonna make it my business to get it as best I can, okay? So that's about all I got for you. I think I've said my piece. I'm pretty much done with this video. I hope to see y'all in 2026. I hope everything goes well for y'all. I hope everything goes well for me. Stay blessed, stay healthy. I love you. Take care. It's been Backlog Billiam, and I'll see y'all in 2026.